safe now.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Cinematic Spellbook channel. If you're looking for a movie that will get your heart racing and keep you guessing until the very end, you definitely need to watch this video. Number 8, Alone.
You hear me?
The story of this movie is about a lonely woman named Jessica who hits the road after her husband's death, hoping for a fresh start. Everything seems normal at first, until a mysterious man keeps appearing along her route. At first, she thinks he's just a strange guy trying to bother her, but after seeing him several times in a row, she starts to feel something's not right. The man ends up kidnapping Jessica and takes her to a strange place deep in the forest. Still in shock, Jessica quickly realizes that if she doesn't escape, something terrible is going to happen. So she makes a run for it, and now, alone and injured in a terrifying forest, she must fight to survive and escape a deranged killer. The movie is packed with tension and fear, and if you're into intense survival thrillers, this one's a great pick. Number 7, The Night House.
You were right. You were right.
The story of this movie is about a woman named Beth who lives alone in a house by a lake after her husband dies by suicide. She's emotionally devastated, but things take a darker turn when strange and terrifying events start happening in the house, like eerie noises, moving shadows, and an overwhelming feeling that something is there. Beth starts digging into her late husband's belongings and discovers that he was involved with bizarre things like occult books and supernatural practices. Things get even creepier when she finds photos of different women who all look eerily similar to her. The horror escalates when Beth discovers another house across the lake, a mirror version of her own, where everything is reversed. There, she encounters a mysterious entity called Nothing, a terrifying presence that seems to come from the world of the dead and wants to take her back with it. Despite being tempted, Beth fights the pull and chooses to live. The film is heavy with emotion and atmosphere, and feels more like a psychological journey through grief and loss than a straightforward horror. It's intense, haunting, and deeply moving. Number 6, Come True. The story of this movie is about a teenage girl named Sarah who's having a tough time with her mom and ends up running away from home. She sleeps wherever she can, sometimes at a friend's place, sometimes in the park. But there's a bigger problem: she's plagued by strange and terrifying nightmares. Sleeping has become a nightmare itself. To have a place to sleep and earn a little money, Sarah signs up for a sleep study where a scientific team monitors the dreams of participants. At first, everything seems normal. But things start to get creepy when the terrifying creature from her dreams begins appearing in other participants' dreams too. It becomes clear this isn't just a psychological issue, there's a much deeper mystery at play. As the story progresses, the line between sleep and reality begins to blur for Sarah. She can't even tell if she's truly awake or still dreaming. In the end, the film delivers a major twist when Sarah receives a mysterious message on her phone: "You've been in a coma for 20 years. We're trying to wake you up. Please wake up." The movie has a dark, surreal atmosphere, and if you're looking for a mysterious and mind-bending story that keeps you thinking until the very end, this film is one you shouldn't miss. Number 5, Breaking Surface. The story follows two sisters, Ida and Tuva, who go on a diving trip in a remote, icy region of Norway. Everything seems fine at first, but suddenly an earthquake strikes, and Tuva becomes trapped under a massive rockfall, 30 meters deep underwater. Now, Ida, who isn't a professional diver, must use whatever skills and tools she has to try and save her sister. The situation is dire: oxygen is running low, there's no one around to help, and most of the equipment is either damaged or buried under debris. But Ida refuses to give up. As she battles fear, rising panic, and haunting memories from the past, she must find a way to bring Tuva back to the surface alive. This is a tense and gripping survival thriller about courage, determination, and fighting through fear. Number 4, Fatale.
I made one wrong turn.
The story of this movie centers on a man named Derek, a former basketball player who's now a successful figure in the sports world. Despite his seemingly perfect life, he suspects his wife is cheating on him. In an attempt to clear his head, he takes a business trip to Las Vegas, where he meets a mysterious woman named Valerie and spends the night with her. But when Derek returns home, he finds his house has been robbed, and shockingly, the police officer who shows up to investigate is Valerie. That's when things start to spiral. It turns out Valerie is a troubled cop with a complicated past, desperately trying to gain custody of her child. She begins manipulating Derek for her own ends. Soon, Derek's world falls apart. His wife and best friend are found murdered, and he becomes the prime suspect. Now, he must fight to prove his innocence and uncover the truth about Valerie, who's at the center of it all. If you enjoy psychological thrillers with unexpected twists and turns, this movie is definitely worth watching. Number 3, Superdeep. The story of this movie is set in the former Soviet Union around the year 1984. Anya, an infectious disease doctor, is assigned by the military to investigate a secret underground research facility, buried an astonishing 12 kilometers beneath the Earth's surface. The mission begins after strange, disturbing sounds were recorded from deep within the facility, and several people mysteriously disappeared. Anya, along with a group of soldiers, descends into the depths to uncover the truth. But once inside, they realize they're facing something far more terrifying than they expected, a strange and mysterious organism that grows like a fungus. It can infect human bodies and even control them. The organism moves slowly in the cold, but if exposed to warmth, it spreads incredibly fast. Things quickly spiral out of control, and Anya discovers that if this creature ever reaches the surface, it could cause a catastrophic disaster. If you're into sci-fi horror films with an intense, suspenseful atmosphere, this one offers a chilling and thrilling experience. Number 2, Lost Girls.
While searching for a missing girl, one of our officers located.
This film is about a mother named Mari. One night, her daughter Shannon goes missing, but the police don't take the case seriously, mainly because Shannon was a sex worker. However, Mari refuses to give up. She takes matters into her own hands and starts searching for her daughter. As her investigation continues, it becomes clear that Shannon isn't the only one who's gone missing. The police eventually discover the bodies of several other women, all of whom had similar backgrounds. This leads to the opening of a major case involving a serial killer operating in an area known as Gilgo Beach. More than just a crime story, the film highlights how law enforcement often fails to properly investigate cases, especially when the victims are women from marginalized communities. It's a powerful crime drama based on a true story, and the real-life case it's inspired by still remains unsolved. Number 1, God's Crooked Lines.
La locura solo es el camino más rápido para conseguirlo.
The story follows a smart and resourceful woman named Alice, a private investigator who pretends to be mentally ill in order to get admitted into a psychiatric hospital. Her goal is to investigate a suspicious death that was officially ruled a suicide, but she believes it was actually murder. However, once inside the hospital, things don't go as planned. The doctors don't believe her story, and some even claim she truly has psychological issues. To make matters worse, her own husband accuses her of trying to poison him. Everything starts to spiral out of control. This is a gripping Spanish psychological thriller with a complex plot and powerful performances that keep the audience hooked until the very end. Well, friends, that's it for today's video. I hope you found it helpful. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe.